Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to some ALR action. My name is Allupallu, and tonight we're at the infamous Spa-Francorchamps of Belgium with the Tier 5 gladiators. Let's see who we got present right away. Denja, Reproduced, Kamijit, Nichols, Dublade, Sabetti. Nice to see the Finnish guys skipping the Ice Hockey World Championship final, which is currently ongoing. Finland is playing Canada there, and here we are, still league racing. Probably would have treated in our homeland as a treason, but we're here. Malekic, Zab, Fontenau, who I believe is our championship leader, Noofsquid, Apex Turbo, Romp, Pervisage, Allo, Mike Sense, and yours truly. So 15 drivers here present today, and Simon is already in the chat saying that Tier 5 is the best tier. Well, action-wise, I can agree. Definitely no shortage of entertainment. So let's quit it with the assumption and see what the championship standings have to say. So it indeed is Fontenau having the championship lead in his Williams with 92 points. His teammate Denja following closely behind with 77. Limi, with his famous win last time out in the Racing Point, is now in third. Zab in fourth. Apex in fifth. Sabetti in sixth. Robin in seventh. Reproduced in eighth. Dynamo in ninth. Goey Igin in 10th. And the rest. And as the constructors go, Williams, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Williams is having a dominant lead in 171 points, followed by Haas of Dublade and Sabetti. All Finnish Haas team. In third is Racing Point, in fourth is Alfa Romeo, fifth is Renault, 6th Red Bull, 7th Mercedes, 8th AlphaTauri, 9th McLaren, and Ferrari rounding out the grid. All the teams have scored points, so that's always nice to see. Yeah, Sabetti, if you're hearing this, I'm not too far from AlphaTauri myself, but unfortunately, if Finland were to win the World Championship in ice hockey, I may have to skip as I have to start the work tomorrow at 7 AM. So, unless I pull out a all-nighter, that's probably gonna have to be skipped. Right. Of course, Belgium with a quite high rate of rain, so that we will eagerly await. Dublade, to which? To 1 Finland or Canada? Ooh. Let's see how it goes. It's nice and sunny here at Spa-Francorchamps, or so it would seem. If you're racing, please do tell me the weather forecast for the race. Always interesting to know beforehand what type of weather there might be, as it may affect people's setups going into the qualifying session. Cloudy with the chance of meatballs, I presume. Ooh, so it will be a dry race, and we have our first driver out on track in Cam. In the Papaya McLaren alongside Mike Sands. Always entertaining when he's around. Reproduce seems to be the only one going out on the medium tires. We'll see how can he whip those rubbers. Going into the Stavelet corner and then to Courbe Paul Frere, which I probably butchered because, well, my French isn't the best. Blanquimont is the quick left-hander before going into the chicane. Bus stop, I believe it's called. And we will follow Cam now on his start to the lap. Not taking the widest line possible through there. You can gain a few hundreds if you take a really wide line from the last corner into La Source. Not really hitting the apex, but for a banker lap that might just do. And of course, probably one of the most entertaining corners of the calendar, Eau Rouge and Raidillon. This quick right-hander before the long Kemmel straight. Going into the Les Combs with purple first sector, of course, being the first car out on the track. And into Bruxelles, which is quite deceiving, going quickly to the downhill and then quite a steep right. Ooh, and Mike has called it quits in Eau Rouge. Figured that might happen sometime soon, that someone would crash out there. Ooh, and Cam taking awful lot of curb, and that will be his run over. Hopefully he will make way for Denja behind, who is also invalid, so both of the Williamses already invalid. Sabetti takes that curb and loses parts of his front wing. Duplate, I believe, is in the thick of it, who is also invalid, so lots of invalidations here early. What about Rump then? Purvisage going round in Eau Rouge. Stays alive though. Rump also invalid. Does anyone get a valid lap in? Zab does. Let's stick with him. This is coming around campus and then Stavelot. Oh, a lot of curb taken in on the inside. Oh, goes really wide, and that will be his lap done too, so Sabetti will be the first car over the line. He didn't invalidate, I guess, with the spin. Not all that competitive 147.4. Aero, I think he has also pulled out on the run. Will set a lap though. Nichols will go to the pits. Wid will set a 146 flat, which will be the fastest time of the session for now. Probably won't last though. Service H invalidated. Let's see if Denja is now able to set a valid lap. Run double coach. That's the corner. Giovinazzi Memorial Site, if you will. And had a purple second sector, so this will probably be our next provisional pole time. Teammate Ponta now pretty close behind. Not in range for tow. Nor dirty air. Denja locks up the right front, going to the bus stop. Safely exiting the last corner, and it will be a 142.4. That will be to beat here. And Ponta now to the line with a 143.2. So, quite wide gaps. Quite wide gaps. Steven is starting a lap. And Dublin manages to go third with this 144.9. And Steven just started lap, so let's see how he will do. Into a Rouge. Whoa, rear stepping out, and that's his session done to the wall. I don't know if it's the conditions or the track itself, but it would seem, it would definitely seem tricky here early in Tier 5. Hello, Erminator. Let's see, it would seem our drivers have all pulled out. Yes, they definitely have. Oh, was it in a bad spot, Terminator? Oh, I see. It doesn't take a whole lot of speed for the F1 front suspension to break, so that's unfortunate, but I know you're a fast guy, you can definitely bounce back. As Cam is now attempting to set the first time lap of his session. Really taking all the advantage of the track width there. Ah, P17. How many drivers do you got? Is it almost the last to first challenge, or? Cam being really cautious with the curbs. And invalidates, unfortunately. That exit is very unforgiving in terms of track limits. Yeah, well, it's almost an last first challenge. I don't know how Tier 4, I mean Tier 3 is this season, but at least you get to do some attacking driving, as Romp is now making his way to the bus stop and will set a valid time of 1:43.3, which is good enough for third. Nice lap from him. As the next car round would seem to be a Haas, but it's Sabetti on an out lap. Let's see how Malekic will do. Tidily across Aero and Radion. Purple first sector, but we cannot trust that as the game tends to glitch when there's no valid time in. Long sweeping right-hander opening up the throttle, and then to the left. Down a gear and full throttle down the hill. Mulligans would seem to be quite fast through second sector. Cautiously with the curbs there. Always wise. We at least need to set a banker lap as they're just over 50% of the drivers have all have managed to set a lap even, so. Meanwhile, Ripper Dude has gone fourth in his mediums with a 144 flat. Will Malakic go one up? Yes, he will. It will be a 143.4 and inherits the fourth position. Denja in his own league 8/10 faster than his teammate in second. See if Apex is able to best them with his mediums. Really cautiously took at least the corners after Camel Straight. Oh, happy back end there, but manages to save it. Purple second sector, but as I just said, it... Whoa! Nearly losing the back end there, again, so... Medium tires certainly proving tricky. Let's see, it would seem like Apex is able to set the time on the mediums, which will not be all that great due to the back end stepping out. It will be a 145.1, which is good enough for 9th. But the two drivers using the medium tires both in top 10. Will the reverse strategy, if they end up on it, prove advantageous? That remains to be seen. I think Zab is on an outlap. Yes, he is. Next car across the line will be Denja, who is improving his already very convincing pole time of 142.4. And to the line with a good time of 142.1, our new provisional pole time, which is over a second faster than his teammate in P2. So Denja really looking strong here early. Sabetti goes to the pits. What about Aero? Will improve on his lap of over 2 minutes to 144.1, good enough for 8th. Very nice, and I believe Fonter now is making his way to the last corners. Will he be able to challenge his teammate? No, he won't. It will be a 142.7, goes half a second faster and into the 42s, but is still miles off his teammate. Cam, meanwhile, manages to go one up on him with a 142.4, good enough for second. Well done. Purvis H, the line, 148 flat, is currently the slowest of the running cars, but there's still room for improvement, I bet. Into the pits goes Apex. Cam has had a moment in... Whoa, and Purvis H nearly follows suit. Was retired in a straight line. No idea what Purvis H was trying to do there. but prematurely ends his session. Hopefully that won't obstruct other drivers behind. I think no one... Oh, actually Squid was on a lap, but is now invalid, unfortunately. But now that the cars have despawned away from there. No more obstruction, but let's see Doublade now. Trying his luck on the medium tires. Heading down the hill. Rouge goes really tidily, looks fast. DRS wide open, will he be able to break into the top 10s and to be able to start with the reverse strategy? He's currently slower than his original best time, but way still to go. There's a car in the wall in Rouge, but I think might be able to continue as no one has retired. No, actually, Nichols has retired from the session. That's unfortunate. We'll be starting on 13th or lower. No, actually, it will be 13th. Let's continue to follow Doublade on his endeavors on the medium tires. Oh, drifting a bit wide. Not the best angle of entry for the second part of the corner. Let's see if he's able to improve on his time. No, he is not, at the moment at least. He's 2/10 slower than his original best time. I believe this or the next one will be his last run. And Doublade unfortunately spins at the last corner. That's a tricky one, the bus stop chicane. Now got to be careful not to get disqualified. A little tap at the wall, but I don't see no damage. Reproduced ends his session prematurely, just as I was about to pop on him. As the last rounds seem to be underway. Next car round will be Sabetti, Doublade's teammate. Is improving by a good 2/10. Has to improve even more if he wishes to take P6 away from Zab. Let's see, out of battery, going into the bus stop chicane. Finally to bus stop, and it will be a 1:43.8. Improves on his time, but not enough. Molek is to the line with 1:43.2, good enough for 4th. And Romp is next, but he's invalid, and if my clock isn't glitched, yeah, Romp retires. Basically everyone is retiring. Doublade and Apex on a lap. But Doublade's invalid, so let's see if Apex will be able to pull off a buzzer beater. As I believe he's the last car round the track with a timed lap, as the session has come to a close. I reckon he should be able to improve on his time. Normally a very fast driver. Cautious with the curbs, open up the throttle, is nearly half a second faster. Had a moment with the rear end, but nothing too major. Might be beating Doublade for 10th. Unless something dramatic happens at the last corner. Rear end really happy there. And 1:44.0, which is good enough for 8th, so There was improvement in that last sector that will drop Dublade down in P11. And I believe our grid is set. So it will be Denja clinching the pole position. Really dominant session. I don't think no one took P1 away from him. Cam with a really nice showing in the McLaren goes second. 3/10 behind Denja. Fonta and Malakic make the second row. There's a second gap between the first and the fourth, so really wide gaps here. Then it's Romp, Zab, Sabetti, Apex, Reaper and Aero. With fresh tires will start Dublade, Noob Squid, Nichols, Pervisage, Mike Sands and Steven. The last two not able to set a time in the session. But it's a long race. There's still room for improvement for both of them. And as told before, it will be a dry race in Tier 5, which is always nice to see. A true test of pace, as the rain always mixes up the races a bit. Usually the safety cars are more frequent, especially with a track like this. And if you're watching the stream, I would like to hear predictions. How many casualties is Aero gonna have this race? That's the formation lap getting underway. I'm gonna say 3. 3 drivers are gonna crash in the Aero. And probably 4 or more DNFs. Denja's gonna win, 100%. That's my prediction. That quali session was... That quali performance of Denja was dominating, and... really gonna take an incident or else to set him back. And in the screen you can see the predicted pit stop strategies, but I don't believe they will be viable, as safety cars are all but frequent here in Spa. It's an easy one stopper, especially if there's delays, and for the drivers a chance to save their tires. Soft to medium is possible, even though Spa being one of the longer tracks in the calendar. And of course, Lasoris, the first corner of Spa. The run down to first corner is very short, so incidents are very frequent there. I believe we might see some wing pieces flying around, of course not hoping for that. And it's 5 red lights in Belgium. And away we go. Pretty nice start from Danger, race leader. Hunter now trying to stick it. There is wing pieces on a Ferrari going around. Other than that, it would seem that we have gone away pretty well. Let's see this through the eyes of Dublin. Danger still holding the lead. No one going side by side through Aero. And the first lap would seem to have gone without casualties. With Apex, Dublade and Reaper making up positions on the first lap. There's fighting ahead. Malakic Sponsor now a romp going at it for the third position. Reproduce had a moment. Has to concede. Mike has unfortunately stopped trackside, but seems to be retiring. And that will bring out the first safety car of the session. Quite expectedly so. A bit later than expected, but anyway. Now the one-stopper, if you have brand new tires, say one lap old tires for the start, now the one-stopper will be possible. Of course, people might be stopping for damage repairs after first lap. And the scoreboard for Jane's doing a whole lot of something. Dublade has stopped for the soft tires. And probably some damage repairs. Ooh, and Steven has crashed in behind the safety car. Ooh, and Dublade with the cold tires nearly follows suit, but somehow manages to keep it away from the walls. And still with an intact car, with of course some overheated tires for now. Nice save. See, this is why we love Tier 5, because the action won't stop even when behind the safety car. But the race should restart this lap or the next at maximum. And the current soft runners definitely able to stretch the first stint. Oh, and Fontenau and Kamijit nearly having contact behind the safety car. Let's not hope there's any Mugello type incident, as the safety car seems to be leading the way for at least one more lap. And will do so. I think if Dublade has still new soft tires remaining, he might be able to go soft and soft. Will be a stretch, but might be able. Whoop, Malekic having a bit of connection issues. The only driver penalized thus far, by the way. Of course, we've only had a half of a lap of clean green flag racing, so it's all still up for grabs. Penalties very often determining the finishing order. The driver's got to be careful now. If they make contact behind the safety car now, we're still having to pit. They will have to serve that 5-second stop and go penalty. As the pack has got caught up, and racing should definitely resume this lap. With Spa having one of the shortest start-finish straight, it's definitely interesting in terms of the restart. You cannot really gain an advantage. It's all about the temperature of your rears and the exit out of the last corner, and there's the notification we all awaited, and the racing will resume this lap. Let's see how Denji will make this now. We can see his telemetry in the bottom right of the screen. Once that green bar is filled, from that we know he's going. Definitely going deep with the restart, as the safety car is not even in the bus stop yet. Game might slow him down prematurely. Alright, I think he's went. And the exit from the last corner is nice. Gets that over 1 second of gap ahead of Cam. Other than that, we seem to have gotten away quite well. Let's see now, El Rouge. Cam losing the rear and taking out Fonser now, the championship leader in the process, and those two drivers are in the middle of the road. That's definitely gotta be another safety car. The cold tires really causing the crash here. Will we really resume racing now with that caliber of incident? Yes, we will. So this is gonna hurt Fonta. He's gonna probably has to pit for the hards, as it's gonna be nip attack if the mediums will go to the end, and falling behind massively. That's really unfortunate, and I believe we might see that later on the stewards' reports. But as I was saying earlier, those cold rears really catching people out. If not in the last corner, well, in Aero Rouge they certainly did. And Fonta's gonna have to crawl his way back, as Nikos just went round just ahead of him. Seems to be damage free though. Unable to continue, so no safety cars needed there. Going up the field, Apex has made a whole lot of positions on his medium tires, now chasing Zab for the podium positions. Allo has to pit. Probably for damage repairs, as the gap seemed to be widening a bit. Oh, Zab losing the rear, and El Rouge claims yet another victim. Will we need a safety car this time round? Not this time, it will be only the virtual version. And I'm happy about that, because... Oh, and actually Nichols is also... Nichols has also retired there, so... From what I'm counting, it's already 5 victims of Aero thus far. Let's see now, the restart. Romp got really close behind Danja. And has 3 seconds of penalties already. And Noob Squid gets that drive through, unfortunately. Ooh, Danja nearly losing the rear. But a nice save. That will cost him the first position though. But I believe those tires are not in the best of shape. With all these safety cars around. And only 11 drivers left in the race. So Fonta might be still able to salvage some points out of this. DRS is enabled. Danja is right there, close to that. Noob Squid goes straight away to serve his drive-through. Let's see now. Both of the drivers having near equal stats in terms of ERS deployment. Both of them clearing El Rouge. Danja getting the DRS, but he's too far back. He cannot make the move just yet. As Noob has rejoined just behind Allo. With still having to pit, of course. It was a drive-through penalty, so no tires changed there. Purvisage and Malakic both having connection issues, so we'll not focus on them. Dublade has recovered nicely. Up in P6 now. And this is definitely the fun part of the Tier 5 races, because anything can still happen. Anyone can still win this. With varying strategies in play, of course, I believe Romp and Danja are looking the strongest. But we will see. Just one rogue safety car and it might all start over. And then just with the equal tires, doesn't quite seem to be able to remain within the DRS range. So Romp slowly pulling a bit of a gap here. As the pit window should be opening in a few laps time for the soft runners, at least to those who have started with them, such as Romp, Danja, Sabetti and Purvisage, but Purvisage I believe is not present, is on AI, so we will not focus on him. As Danja has crept his way back to the DRS range. Using a lot of battery. So let's see if he will be able to get close enough for the Chemo straight for the move. At least for now he's only half a second away. Romp has a bit of a slip up in the last corner. And both the drivers go really wide in Los Horus. Now let's see. I think Rump deployed his battery there early going downhill. And now Denja will do the same. Now with DRS assistance, will he have the run to go for the race lead? Williams against the racing point of Rump. Denja will get close, but not close enough. And the positions stay the same for now. Both of the drivers locking up, really taking everything out of the machinery they've given. With both of them quite steadily using their battery deployment. I believe Denja wants to make this move before the pit windows, but has a major slip up in that corner, so drops back, and that will be DRS range all but gone. Allow passes the both AIs of Pervisage and Malekic for 7th. And Denja opts for the undercut. Let's see if that will prove advantageous. Not really much in terms of wear showing in the fronts at least. But Denja will opt for the pits now. Let's see where he will rejoin. The medium tires, so he should be trying to go to the end. And will rejoin from the looks of it just ahead of Dublade in 5th. So plenty of clear air ahead to try and push and get that advantage over Rump. Dublade having the DRS behind. Really conservative with the battery. Has a look to the inside but does not go for the gap. And the positions will remain the same for now. And I believe Rump and Sabetti ahead should have to pit very soon. At least you can see the wear in Rump's left front tire. So let's see what did Denja's medium going to the mediums earlier, the undercut. Do actually, as Rump will opt for the pits now. Now it'll be interesting to see where he rejoins. And I think Sabetti will follow suit. So Denja coming round. Now coming to the bus stop, it will be a very close call. Rump now out of the pits. It will be close. Coming to the last horse now, and Rump will be ahead of Denja for the second stint. By just 1.3 seconds for now. So, and Rump of course having the colder tires, so let's see if Denja will be able to challenge Rump. Trying to break the slipstream. With the Apex Turbo now in the race lead, and by the looks of it, when he pits he will be somewhere around P4. And the mediums should go for another, what I believe is 4-ish laps, so that the softs will last to the end. The points are now Soon back on point. Will pass Pervisage's AI with ease. Let's see, Doublade now behind Aero, who just had a 3-second penalty. And Doublade has to, both of the drivers... No, actually, Aero won't pit again. He's on the hard, so... Doublade having the advantage, but having to pit soon. For fresh tires, his teammate Sabetti following closely behind, who just pit. And there goes Doublade to the pits, and Sabetti will come back out on the 5th. Apex Turbo goes on to the hard compound tire. And will rejoin 3rd. So he's looking good to finishing on the podium, unless Sabetti can really take advantage of the better tire compound he has. Doublade having some damage repairs and will be rejoining just ahead of Fonter now. Of course on the better tire. Both of them should go to the end. With still 11 drivers in the race. Not sure what the rules are, but I don't think the AI drivers should count. Just one lap difference between Romps and Denge's tires. Will that show in the end? That we will see, but it's only 12 laps that they need to do, so should be doing that quite comfortably, so it will all come down to the pure pace that both drivers have, with Romp looking strong on pace, but of course having that 3-second penalty, as we're now officially past half point in the race. Romp will set a new fastest lap of 1:46 flat. So really looking good here. Apologies. Fonter now trying to catch Doublade. Nearly the DRS range, with older and worse compound of tire. Does not get into the DRS range just yet. Doublade now deploying his battery as well. This is having plenty to defend with. And will not have the DRS for this lap at least. Still a lot of pace in that Williams. Taking away nearly half a second over the course of that straight. Of course the slipstream helping him out there. And I believe this might be another battle we have in our hands. Sabetti trying to close on Aero with the better and newer tires. So it's still all up for grabs here in Belgium. Fonter now really drawing nearer on Doublade now. Definitely in DRS range. Will he try a move on the back straight? Doublade's rear end stepping out a bit. Fonter now using the battery now. Will he go for the move in the bus stop? Opting for the outside, which will become the inside now, going to the bus stop. Wheel to wheel, Doublade breaks a tad later and retains his position for now, unless Fonter now can think of a switchback. No ERS. Oh, there's the DRS. Doublade was behind on the detection zone, so he will get it this time around, but it will be a different story going through Eau Rouge and Camel Straight. Let's see if we will see a move. Dublade having a lot more battery than Fontenot, but Fontenot will have the DRS advantage. It will be close. Fontenot getting closer. Opts for the inside. Sticks his nose in there, but Dublade is ahead just enough to retain 7th. Ooh, goes wide on the following corners. Fontenot takes the inside line, going to the sweeping right-hander, long right-hander, and completes the move for 7th. Tremendous bit of clean racing between the two here. Let's see if Dublade, with the tire advantage, is able to come back at him. And there's yellow flags in the second sector. I believe Noob Squid has gone round, but he's able to continue. Will forfeit his position though. Sorry for my absence. There has been... For those who are interested, Canada won the Ice Hockey World Championship, and now I'm sad. Sabetti and Aero having battle here. And in front now, Denja has got closer to Romp. Has there been a mistake somewhere? As Denja is within the range of DRS, as you can see in the bottom right corner. Now really drawing closer. Did Romp have a mistake or something? Sorry that I missed out if there was such an event. Both of the drivers locking up the front right, going to last horse. Let's see now. The all-important exit. And the straight line speed on display on Camel Straight. Denja is close if he can just keep it together. Nicely he does. DRS wide open. Not really deploying his battery. And opts for the inside. Brakes a tad later, side by side, and Denja will move to the race lead past Romp here in lap 15. Very nice move from Denja and reclaims the first position. Massive lockup of the front right. Does Romp have issues? He seems to be dropping back a bit. Or not, but we still have a delicious battle here with the race lead. Denja really locking up nearly in every corner, trying to push and take everything out of that Williams. As Romp seems to come back at him now in the back straight. Slipstream really helping out Romp here. Only 3/10 away from that race lead, which he surely wants to take. DRS wide open, using a lot of battery. Nice exit from both of them. Hard to really tell which one did get the better of it. And will we see another position swap between the two? I think we will, as Romp is only 2/10 away, and now with DRS and battery assistance plus Slipstream will make the move before the corner and inherit the race lead back. Punto now is out here making moves as Reproduce has pitted for fresh softs. Rejoins just behind Doublade. Sorry, just ahead of Doublade. Back out in 7th. Will he be going for the fastest lap? That remains to be seen. At least cleared Aero nicely with, even though he had cold tires on. But we turn our attention yet again to the front where Denja is really close by. So Denja yet again having the DRS assistance. Bit of wheel spin from the last corner. Now heading into Lasource. These two gladiators literally going head to head every lap. Let's see now. I think we will see yet another position change here. DRS wide open, using all the slipstream he can. Will opt for the inside. Wheel to wheel going to the corners after Kermel state. No, Rump retains his position. Nice defensive driving on display. A Rump going very wide there. Denja nearly following suit, not really gaining anything of that mistake. Sabetti has pitted for fresh softs. Returns behind Doublade in 8th. Let's see the penalty situation. So Romp having now 6 seconds of penalties, so Denja is looking strong to win this. If he can just stick it close by, I think he will be our race winner here today. Anyway, Reproduce behind is now harassing Denja's teammate Fontenau, the championship leader. Of course, with having massive tire advantage, should be making the move next lap at the latest. And of course, he has a full battery, which Fonta hasn't. Nice performance from Allo, by the way, comfortably in a P4. Should be finishing that way unless there's a major mistake, as Reproduce is now really knocking on the back door of Fonta, using the battery after that tiny left-hand kink. And there's been an incident in El Rouge. Denja has binned it, even though his car is intact and can rejoin the track in 3rd position, but that is massive for the race leader Romp, with having 6 seconds of penalties and just over 6 seconds of gap behind and better tires than Apex. Did the two drivers make contact? That I don't know. But really unlucky for Denja. He looks set to win here today on penalties. And while all that was happening, Reproduce has gone past Fonta for P5 and should be retaining that position unless there is an incident of some sorts. Meanwhile, the two Haas drivers here, with the other being on soft, Doublade let Sabetti past for 7th. So Haas master plan all coming together here today, and they look set to be the second team here today, scoring that double points finish, all important for the constructors. But wow, really Denja with that mistake, he has to pit. Hopefully does not retire as there's still good points on offer. Might be going for the fastest lap though. Will concede the podium position to Aero now though. Yes, he will go to the fresh softs. So we'll be trying to get the fastest lap, which is now inherited by Reaper Dude. Not all that far behind. With 4 racing laps still remaining, Romp is having a battle of gaps against Apex, with the gap being just over that 6 seconds Romp needs to win. So it's all still here to play for. Those mediums should be still in relatively good state, whereas Apex's hards definitely allow him to push for his life. He can definitely still clinch the win, but he really needs to take everything out of that set of tires. Dublade unfortunately gets yet another penalty. As the gap is now closing up. Apex getting within that 6 seconds. Still 3 laps remaining. 3 times to Aero. So everything might still happen. Let's see the penalty situation yet again. So yes, Romp having that 6 seconds, sorry. Whereas Aero might be finishing on the podium or P4 in this race. Of course, with the hard tires and Denja furiously trying to push on the soft behind, I think he might be having to concede on penalties. Yes, Denja chipping away at the gap on Aero. Almost a 10th by corner. As the second to last lap is underway, Romp and Apex still having the battle of margins here. Romp nearly used all of his battery, whereas Apex still has some. And Denja expectedly gets that fastest lap. Now really close to Aero. And Aero very kindly lets Denja pass. He wasn't fighting him anyways. But looks to be set to finish P4, which is very nice. Unless Reaper Dude is 8 tenths behind, so 8 seconds behind, so awful lot of gaining there. We can see the pit stop, so Romp and Apex are only stopping once, so is Aero and Fonta and Squid. So hard to tell which of the strategies is the best one here today. But the race win will definitely be resolved on penalties, as the gap is now 5.7 seconds Romp is coming to the bus stop chicane for the second to last time. And the final lap will get underway. Will the advantage of the mediums and the life in them still be enough? Romp needs a lap of his life to defend from Apex now. I don't think it's gonna be enough. But we'll see. Through Aeros for the last time in the hard tires, Apex comes really nicely. So now it's all to play for in the second sector. I don't think he's got it. You can tell both of the drivers definitely pushing everything they got. Going a bit wide there by Romp. Apex does not follow suit, and the gap being now 5.3 seconds. But I mean, I think Apex has gained, yes, he has gained 6 positions in the race and looks to be set to win here in Belgium. But let's see this through. Opening up the throttle in the last corner has caused spins before. Will it do it this time? Romp now coming out of the final corner to finish P1 on track. Here's Apex. And Apex Turbo is your winner here in Belgium for the Alfa Romeo team. Romp, unfortunately with the track limit penalties, has to concede the win here, but a very nice drive from him here tonight. Danger will come around the final corner to finish P3. A nice comeback after pitting for the softs and picking up the fastest lap. That was a really unfortunate incident that he had. Aero with a very nice P4 finish. I don't know if it's that way, but that might be his career best. Punter now coming back to finish P6. Then there's the Haas pairing of Sabetti coming home 7th. And Doublade round the final corner. I was chatting with him earlier and he said he would be happy just to finish this, but will do so on points. Will be P8. Noob Squid will complete the finishers with a P9. And that was all, folks. But a very nice performance from Aero to finish P4. Might be wrong, I don't know about his other league racing endeavors, but that's the best finish I've seen him do in ALR. So, congratulations, that was a nice drive, nice strategy, just stopping once for the hard tire and making the most out of them. In the end, the pace is the key. So, Apex Turbo from P8 picking up the win. On penalties past Romp, who had a nice drive too. Denja had that unfortunate incident in Air Rouge, but managed to keep it out of the walls just enough to come back. Hit for softs, pass Aero on the end, pick up the fastest lap in the process, and a nice podium with the fastest lap. Very nice job from Aero to finish P4. Reaper Dude finishing P5. Want to know, of course, that unfortunate incident set him to the back of the grid. But nice comeback, coming out still well on points. Then there's the Finnish Haas pairing of Sabetti and Doublade following suit. And Noob Squid will be the last to finish on the points, unless the AI drivers of Pervisage and Malakic do count. But that will do it for tonight. I thank you for watching, and next time around the track we will be at, just a second, So yeah, next time it will be Monza, the Temple of Speed. So next Sunday, the same time, 8 PM. My name was Alpallo. I thank you for watching and wish you a good night.